Well, everybody else is drinking on TV. I just wanted you to know that I do drink coffee, probably 2 of those every day. Want to do a little housekeeping today while I have Trisha here to help me. Yesterday, I had this black spot on this hat, and I thought, what in the world have I done? Guess what it was? Trisha has good eyes. It is Velcro. It literally has a place where the bow is Velcroed, and I had pulled the bow off of the Velcro, so I had a black spot where the Velcro was. And then when you put the back, it goes away. So I'm not nuts. And another little thing I made a mistake about was I said that the ladies at the small group were supposed to take 2 birthday cards every time. So I got 2 birthday cards. I didn't know who the birthdays were, but I took them. And then I talked to Linda about it, and she said, no, we just wanted to honor those of you over 90. We were going to do it every time. So I felt very honored, even more honored after I heard that. I'm so glad to have Trisha here. So I have 2 hands. It's wonderful to have 2 hands when you talk. I'm so used to doing sign language, and I need 2 hands a lot. And I have a Bluetooth and a tripod and all that, but there are times I just don't want to get into that. I'm too eager to tell you what I want to tell you. And today I want to tell you about a lady, and if some of you will recognize this lady. She's a widow. She was a widow, and she lived on Germantown Road, close to McDonald's. It's in a commercial area, but she had a little house in a non-commercial area. And somehow I met her, or she heard me sing or something. Anyway, she started calling me on the phone, and she would start out schmoozing me. You know what that means? She would say, "You're just the most wonderful lady. She on and on she'd go about what I had on or what I sang or something, to make me feel really good." And then she'd say, "I need a black skirt." And I would say, well, I thought, okay, this is strange. I said, well, what do you need a black skirt for? She said, "A funeral." And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Who died?" She said, "Nobody yet, but they're going to." And I'd say, okay. So the next time we'd go to Bellevue, Jim and I would stop at her house. And I would go in with a black skirt that I, was willing to give up. And she would say, "Sit down." Well, I would sit down on the couch, and she never turned the TV off. It was always so loud, and now I understand that because now I'm deaf too. But I was younger then. And she would talk really loud, which is good, and tell me all her troubles and everything. And then I'd finally say, well, my husband and I, on the way to Bellevue, we have to, well, do not back out into Germantown Road. I said, "No, ma'am, we won't. He's already turned around. He's facing Germantown Road." "Well, don't you ever back out into it." I said, "I won't." So I'd get home, and, I think I'd done a really good deed. And the next week she would call and start all over. "I need a black hat." I said, "Well, what for?" And she said, "I don't know, but when I get to go out, I want to have on a black hat." And I'd say, okay. And then I realized when I went the next time that she was drinking a little bit. And the next time she called me, it was 10 o'clock at night, and she wanted a red hat and some red shoes. Well, I didn't have red shoes that I wanted to give up. But I did take her red hat, and I would complain about it. And my dear, sweet husband, Jim, who was a missionary to Africa and a saint, would say to me, "You are complaining about doing what you think the Lord wants you to do. You either should do it in a sweet spirit, or you should forget it. Don't do it at all. And you know that she's drinking, or she wouldn't be calling you at 10 o'clock at night and telling you what to bring her." Well, of course, when you're married to a good Christian, it helps because I was resenting doing it. I was doing it because I was afraid she'd talk bad about me if I didn't do it. And she would say things like, you go up in that attic and you get whatever I want and bring it down to me. And you've got plenty of stuff. You can give me stuff, that kind of thing. That's what I resented. I didn't really resent giving things because I've done that all my life, but I resented the attitude in which it was requested. I'll put it that way. So the little lesson today is for me first, and then maybe for you. If you're going to do something to help somebody else, don't complain about it. Do it with a free and loving spirit, or don't do it. God bless you today.